All right, guys, ESPN's 2018 MMA Fighter of the Year. For me, this was not a particularly difficult decision. It is the UFC's double champion, Daniel Cormier, who came into the year, defended his light heavyweight belt against Volkan Oezdemir. Then he knocked out Stipe Miocic in the first round in July to capture the heavyweight championship, and then defended that belt on short notice, actually, against Derrick at UFC 230 in Madison Square Garden in November. And what's ironic about this is that if you wanted to come and argue with me to say this wasn't even the most impressive year of Daniel Cormier's career, we could have that debate. In 2015, you want to talk about a tough lineup of competition. Daniel Cormier lost a close fight to Jon Jones, but then he came back and defeated Anthony Johnson and defeated Alexander Gustafsson. It doesn't get too much more difficult in terms of competition in a calendar year, but the reason that this year, 2018, was so important for the legacy, for the mental well-being, for the career, for the life of Daniel Cormier is that coming into this year, his legacy, part of it was that he was never really the guy, and he has admitted to this. You know, in college when he ran up against Cael Sanderson, he wrestled him multiple times, was never able to beat him. When he went to the Olympics, when he was an Olympian twice, 2004, 2008, he didn't get a medal. And then in his MMA career, as good as he's been, as respected as he is, as even though coming into this year he was one of the best fighters of the last decade, he was living in the shadow of Jon Jones, and he finally stepped out of that shadow in 2018. And of course, a big part of that was knocking out Stipe Miocic, who was the most dominant champion in heavyweight history at that time, knocking him out in the first round. Now Daniel Cormier is a two-weight champion. He has built something. He has distanced himself from that rivalry with Jon Jones. He is ESPN's #1 pound-for-pound fighter of the year, and for all of those reasons, for changing his legacy, for rewriting it, Daniel Cormier is the fighter of the year.